Volkswagen's dramatic move to oust its combative CEO was set in motion a week ago when his backing from the billionaire Porsche and Diess family began to crumble. After a number of key project failures combined with worker discontent, the family concluded he had to go. Let's bring in Bloomberg's Cards Are then, Craig Trudell, who's been following all the twists and turns of this fascinating corporate story for us. Why did ultimately Volkswagen make this move on Diess?
So I think we've been through many brushes that Diess had in terms of almost losing his job, and a lot of that had to do with that worker discontent that you just referred to. A lot of tension with the works councils in Germany.
And to be clear, they hold significant sway.
Absolutely. The unions, the state of Lower Saxony, obviously often sides with labor for the obvious reason of jobs. But this was a case where it wasn't just sort of throwing bombs that ticked off workers, but also the project failures, specifically software. So this is a case where Volkswagen over the last few years has had restart after restart in terms of how it's going to develop the software to sort of bring its cars up to what Teslas are capable of doing. They really just have not pulled that off, and we've started to learn over the last few weeks that several new models, including the Porsche Macan, have been pushed back as a result of software issues, and ultimately that really was sort of the straw that broke the camel's back here.
So it's actually delaying, these software issues are actually delaying the rollout of new models. Yep. When it comes to the new CEO then, Mr. Blume, formerly of Porsche, what do we know about him, his ability to take on this role, and the challenges that he now confronts?
So Blume, interestingly, is going to, sort of be perceived. He's perceived at least as much more of a team player. He's more of a lifer at Volkswagen. I think that was one of the big challenges for Diess. Was he was brought in from the outside from BMW. That worked in his favor in the sense that it sort of gave Volkswagen a chance to, portray a clean slate after Dieselgate, and he was seen as sort of the change agent that Volkswagen needed. I think they now have a guy who they sort of believe has a steadier hand, is going to better be able to navigate the various factions that one has to in leading this beast of a company that is Volkswagen. The question is sort of is a car guy going to be the solution for the software issues that we just alluded to? He's also going to keep the Porsche job in the midst of this very busy time where they're trying to take Porsche public. So he's got a lot on his plate. I think that's one of the big concerns is managing all of these various tasks in the midst of all this market turmoil and this attempt to take a really valuable asset public.